Football ground foxing. We're at one of the best known stadiums in the country, shooting foxes with thermal.
The world's your lobster is incredible.
We have news, we have hunting YouTube, plus rifle barrel multi-tool. Andy Crow performs some swapsies on a Sako Quad to keep the peace amongst the rabbits and the neighbours. Welcome to Fieldsports Britain. We've filmed urban foxes before, lots of them. Some of you might remember Roy's urban fox evening. We called them into playgrounds, car parks and behind sports centres. But how on earth do you deal with them when they're in a politically sensitive area? You make a phone call to a local pest controller and the problem goes away. However, sometimes publicity cannot be avoided. This is Twickenham in 2011 with a very clear fox problem. And it's because of the chance of bad publicity we have not been allowed inside the country's biggest sports stadiums to film the inevitable fox shooting that takes place. That is, until now. Roger Lait, our tame air gunner, has been given the chance to film a pest controller friend at work at a very well-known football club. But discretion is essential, which is why a delivery of some Pulsar thermal kit from Thomas Jacks is timely. Here's a taster of some foul play.
Is this an air gun? No, it's my 223/556 lovely Lantac AR-15. Do I love it? Oh God, I love it. Pulsar have sent us an Apex XD75 thermal imaging sight. Now I've been reading the reviews on these things, yeah, and it is fantastic. Now obviously no zeroing today because obviously it's got no firing pin anyway, so it's totally inert as I said. Just gonna have a look at it and see what it looks like. And I'll tell you what it looks like. Amazing. That's what it looks like. I really want one. I don't care, right? I don't care what it's like, but it looks fantastic on that gun. How on earth does it do that? That is fantastic. Do you have a pair of binoculars? No, you don't need enough carrots, I'm afraid. You can't see at night. So what do you need? Well, what do you reckon Pulsar did? They made a thermal spotter. They made a thermal spotter! Oh my goodness, I could look through this all day. And now that's even clear. Oh my word. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my goodness. The world's your lobster is incredible. 576 yards. I couldn't tell if it was male or female, mind. What can it see a rabbit out to? What can it see a fox out to? That's going to be incredible. It's amazing. What a bit of kit.
Roger clearly loves the Pulsar thermal kit. For his trip to the stadium, he's been told he can use his 22 Hornet, but he didn't have time to sort out a mount for the Pulsar Apex XD75 on the smaller rifle. Plus, the only filming allowed is through the Pulsar Quantum XQ50 recording onto the Yukon NPR. The first thing he spots from his vantage point is a cat roaming the terraces. Then we have foxes. Rog gets so excited he doesn't record shooting the first fox. Another fox comes to check out. Apparently, no calling is required. As soon as the lights go out, the foxes come out and play. Finally, the second fox heads off and pees against the goalpost. Again, Roger is too excited to multitask, and this fox lives to fight another day. So we have finally filmed inside a stadium. I hope next time Roger will be able to press record and shoot at the same time. For more information about the Pulsar thermal range, go to thomasjacks.co.uk.
What does that do?
Thank you, Roger. Some great footage, and what a permission. Next up, it is the Sam Allardyce of reporting. It's David on the Fieldsports Channel News Stump.
This is Fieldsports Channel News. A man has killed a fox by stamping on it after it attacked his wife. David Doon was queuing to use a cash machine in Rosscree, County Tipperary, when the fox attacked his wife Lenka, standing next to him. He says the animal went straight for her and started to bite her. The lifelong shooter used the only weapon he had, his shoes, to stamp on the fox and kill it. Another celebrity has outed herself as being a shooter. Crashed the boys' day, says Chloe Madeley, who is daughter of TV presenters Richard Madeley and Judy Finnegan, and girlfriend of England rugby player James Haskell. She went shooting with James and top clay shot Ben Husthwaite. Basque is urging UK shooters to remain calm but vigilant following an outbreak of bird flu. The disease was found in Lincolnshire in December, and Basque is asking shooters to look out for dead wild birds, especially with swollen heads or blue discoloration of neck and throat. Now, the last time we saw her, the sculptor and hunter Jenna Gearing was up to her arms in Gralloch, but now she's cleaned up her act. She's just had her first London exhibition in a smart bathroom shop on the King's Road, and things are going very well, despite her father.
I really enjoy making wildlife. This is my new deer that I made this year, and to actually have the bust there forever in your living room or wherever it may be, I just think is a really nice concept.
Women are taking up deer stalking in Japan. It was once taboo for men to speak to women before going hunting. Now women are helping to protect farms against rising numbers of wild deer and boar. Japanese farmers say they lose up to £160 million a year in crop damage from wildlife. Since the late 1990s, the number of deer in Japan has jumped from 400,000 to more than 3 million, and the boar population doubled to 1 million, according to the Ministry of Environment. Japan's Hunting Association says there are 105,000 hunters, with more than 1,000 of them women. Local governments are trying to recruit more women to go hunting through adverts on social media. And finally, a deer has smashed into a gym in the States. CCTV caught the animal breaking and entering Gold's Gym in Anderson, South Carolina. Nobody was hurt, and the deer has resolved to work more on its abs in 2017. Haven't we all? You are now up to date with Fieldsports Channel News. Stalking the stories, fishing for facts.
Thank you, David. Now Crow needs to manage his rabbits and his neighbours with Federal on the farm. Crow loves a bit of crack. Not crack, but crack. From his 1.7 HMR. His neighbours, however, not so much. So what do? Get a 2.2 subsonic? Well, maybe there's another option. A rifle multi-tool. This is the Sako Quad with 4 barrel options. 1.7 Mach 2, 2.2 LR, 1.7 HMR and 2.2 WMR. Tonight, Crow has 2 for 2 different parts of the farm.
I've got a Sako Quad here. At the weekend, I took the 1.7 barrel off and put the 2.2 barrel on. It's quite an easy job. Allen key in there. Just undo the Allen key, lift the barrel up, and it just slides out. It takes minutes, well, a minute, and it was done. I counted the clicks that I've done, so I know where I've got to go back to roughly get it back to the 1.7. It's pretty well on, but after using the 1.7 and going on to this, it seems a bit slow. So we're using CCI 2.2 bullets tonight. That's the bullets I use with it. They seem to cycle well with it, go really well with it, so I was impressed with the way they grouped as well. They grouped really well, and that's the Federals, which I'm using 1.7s. I haven't had any problems with them at all.
The rabbit numbers are not at their normal levels, but there are enough of them to make an impact on the young wheat fields. The crop is next to houses and a horse paddock, and that requires a PR exercise involving emails, calls and being as stealthy as possible.
We just off out to shoot some rabbits. We haven't shot many. They seem to have dwindled away a bit. I think they got the hemorrhagical disease, plus we've had a little bit of mixy, but they got some horses in a paddock down there. They don't want me using the 1.7, so I've gone back to the old trusty 2.2.
We head out into the paddock and fire up the night sight. We try and scan using the ATN night vision binos, but end up throwing the red lights around just to get a wider arc of view. The rabbits are about, but charge for cover, and on these open fields, that's an issue. Range is not something that a 2-2 is known for. Crow gets a couple, but he's missed out on half a dozen from getting too close for their comfort. Having avoided a PR disaster, Crow decides to change the barrel on the Sako. Colour code rings make sure you don't mix and mismatch. In a matter of minutes we are back out and cracking on.
The mags are colour coded as well so that you don't get them mixed up.
With a new extended range, Crow takes opportunities that would have been unthinkable before. He also changes from the night sight to the lamp. Crow's success rate improves greatly after the changeover. Maybe he's more confident with the 1.7, but when it comes to stopping power and damage, the lighter, faster but far more expensive bullet leaves the 2.2 behind. It all depends on how you want to control your bunnies.
There's one with a 1.7. Bosh, finished. Another one there, shoulder shot. Done that with a 2.2, you probably wouldn't have found it. That probably would have made it to the hedge. Another one there with a 1.7. Just this next, well, pretty knackered. As you've seen tonight, I've hit a couple of rabbits back a little bit with the 2.2 and they've made it to the hedge and we haven't found them. But with a 1.7, providing that bullet hits them, they don't go nowhere. There's people that can shoot rabbits out to 100 yards with a 2.2, well I ain't one of them.
Although the 2.2 has been useful for Andy, for him the quad's appeal is not so much the variety but the flexibility.
My main thing is the 1.7 is quite easy. It doesn't take long to shoot a barrel out, and it's cheaper to buy another 1.7 barrel and stick on the Sako Quad as buy another whole rifle. I know a lot of people that have shot their 1.7s out and they've had to buy a whole new gun. But with the Sako Quad, all you got to do is just buy a new barrel.
There are pros and cons for both barrels, but even the higher price of bullet doesn't put him off the 1.7. It was always going to be a struggle to get Crow back into the 2.2 groove, but having the option means he can do the business when he needs to. For more information about the Sako rifles or CCI and federal ammunition, go to gmk.co.uk. Thank you, Andy. Now, back in November, UK Shoot Warehouse put up some Canada Goose decoys as a competition prize. In my usual way, I put all the entrants onto a spreadsheet on my mobile phone, and I shall now scroll down and up and choose a winner completely at random, like this. And the winner is number 114, Giles Molam, who entered on YouTube. Giles Molam says, UK Shoot Warehouse, got that one right. Great show as usual. Send my regards to the poor punished editor for his awful mistake. Yes, that was the episode that David put in the wrong hunting YouTube. Well, Giles, you will be getting some UK Shoot Warehouse Canada geese. And now to the wider world of hunting and shooting on YouTube. It is Hunting YouTube. This is Hunting YouTube, which aims to show the best hunting and shooting videos that YouTube has to offer. Someone tell Nicola, there are a lot of Johnny foreigners in Scotland these days. Our old buddy Thomas Haugland from Norway is out around Loch Gilphead with Alba stalking after his first Scottish Red and produces a suitably stylish film in English. Also stylish is another friend of Fieldsports Channel, Marius from the Wild Boar Fanatic channel, who has produced a film in German about a family trip stalking stags in Scotland. And keep an eye on Marius's channel because he will shortly be putting out his new Namibia film. We get a tracking and a geography lesson from Dries Pross in this film in the form What's to Hunt. It's all in German. He's out with a guy with a good wildlife channel himself called Eiker Mross in the Wendland in Germany on the banks of the River Elbe. Eiker shows how he sets out his trail cams and it all ends with a driven hunt. Equally instructive is a video of top tips to improve your deer stalking by a US channel called appropriately Deer Hunting. Steve Bartilla analyses hunting setups and methods and shows how to make a plan while in the woods and when to abandon that plan. Staying in the States, Michigan Gone Wild is a new show on YouTube that is now also on cable. Hunt Channel is now running the locally produced outdoor TV show by Jordan Kettlewell and Alvin Sikowitz that's centred on northern Michigan in the USA. Back to Germany, and unusual black deer are about in the woods in this driven hunting film by Hunting Room. It's the best of several driven days and a testament to the legion of helpers, drivers, beaters, shooters and dog handlers who make them happen. Nina Chiant is an Italian hunting channel on YouTube. In this film he's in the olive groves shooting thrushes with a 28 bore, and remarkably remarkably calling them in. He uses 21-gram cartridges with 11 shots. And finally, a bit off hunting, but something on many people's bucket list. I shot my truck with a tank, says Demolition Ranch, and with the help of a Churchill 3, so he does. That's it for this week. Links are in the description. If you have a YouTube film you would like us to pop into the weekly top 8, send it in via YouTube or email me the link, Charlie at Fieldsportschannel.tv. Now, from our own stable of movie making, this month's Club Digweed has a culinary surprise for you.
You can tell that these partridges have been feeding on maize. They've got nice yellow fat to them.
This week on Club Digweed, George shows his flair in the kitchen as well as the clay ground.
Atmospheric conditions alter the condition of the bird. Temperature alters the condition of the bird. And where you're actually hanging it alters the condition of the bird.
As many of you are game shots and clay shots, he cooks up a simple game dish that is proving a popular part of his shoot days. As well as having teal as an ingredient in the cooking, he's shooting a teal target in isolation and on report with a right to left crosser, offering 4 different shooting setups.
It's economy of movement. The less movement we can do and the less things we have to worry about, when we're shooting the double, the easier the double will be.
It's all in this month's Club Digweed. For more information about joining or downloading the show, go to georgedigweed.com. Well, that's it for this week. If you haven't done so already, please go to our website, fieldsportschannel.tv, where you can click to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or subscribe to us on YouTube, or pop your email address into our register page and we'll contact you about this show. Field Sports Britain, it is as usual at 7 PM UK time every Wednesday, and this has been Field Sports Britain. Good hunting, good shooting, good fishing, and goodbye.